New U.S. government statistics suggest carjackings skyrocket. But is crime really a problem in America? Hello, this is Chart GPT Today. We've seen these, bombastic headlines on the news. Crime is rising, and everybody's worried about crime in America. Of course, it's becoming a hot political topic in the elections. So kind of look at this. Here's one recently. I think this was from the Daily Mail, showing you America's car theft hotspots is rising, and some of these areas are alarming. Rochester, New York leads the way, along with Cincinnati, where car thefts are just rising, unbelievably, actually. You take a look at more of a longer-term chart. Here's from Axios, which basically shows that the motor theft rate is rising over the last 3, 4, 5 years, so it's becoming a problem. But then when you look at the overall crime rates, homicides are down over the last year, and some of these others are down, some of the gun violence, but yet motor vehicle is rising, the theft. So when you look at the entire picture, maybe it's not as bad as it is. And of course, over the long period of time, we still had a lower rate of violent crime in America since the 1990s, 80s, and 90s, and so crime rates have been down precipitously over the last several decades. So are we manufacturing a problem, or is the news media trying to gaslight us into thinking it's a huge problem? Well, and of course, if you look at it just in a shorter term basis, especially when you look at gun violence, it's actually dropped a little bit. Of course, now everybody's running out wanting to control guns because it's a huge problem. But when you look at it on a longer term basis, it simply hasn't been. Of course, then we look at the actual law enforcement spending. We have dropped the spending over the last 5-10 years. So, yeah, I know there's a little bit of a blip to the upside in terms of violent crime, but it's still way down, and we're not spending near on a. And of course, these charts here show an inflation adjusted basis, so we certainly don't have the crime prevention that we used to have. It's not keeping up with perhaps the population, et cetera, et cetera. And yet the news media keeps gaslighting it. We look at one of the most top policy priorities, and we see reducing crime we're pretty close to the top there at 57%. Of course, economy always tends the biggest, but then when you go beyond the economy situation, crime is up there close to the very top. So is this a gaslit problem in America? So the question is it possible that crime is low, but it's just a few hotspots and news media things have popped up? So those two statements can be true. We asked the AI, is it possible that overall crime rates go down, but yet in hotspots that create these media sensations are on the rise? So the two statements can be true. Give us your take. Is crime a problem in America that we need to really go to the degree that some of the people and our politicians are saying that we need to deal with, or is it not a problem? Give us your thoughts in the description box on the link there to the poll, and don't forget to subscribe.